Michelle from My Craft Source. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you're subscribing and ring the bell so you can get notifications as I post them. I think you're going to love today's tutorial. So I am going to be taking a canvas, acrylic paint, and some vinyl, and I'm going to make a drip painting for you guys to follow along with so you can create your very own drip painting. So this is something that'll be great for home decor, makes great presents, and it's so super easy to create. And you'll have people asking, where did you get that piece of art from? And now you can claim the rights and say, it was me, I made that. So what supplies are we going to be needing today? I recommend just a paper plate or a mixing palette, whatever you might have on hand to mix your paints on. An all-purpose paintbrush, nothing fancy. You could even use the little chip brushes that are wooden that you can get from like the Home Depot. You could even use a sponge brush if you have some of those on hand. Some tape to hang up the plastic that you're going to use to protect your surface. And of course, some plastic to protect your surface, or canvas if you've got that. If you've got a painter canvas, that works good. I also have some Mod Podge. So this is just the matte Mod Podge, but if you want a high gloss finish, then I do recommend getting the glossy version of Mod Podge. Just some white paint to prime your canvas with. Or gesso if you have that on hand. Gesso really works best, but if you're in a pinch and this is all you have, or are just trying to save a little bit of change, then this all-purpose craft paint will do the trick as well. And you will need a spray bottle. Mine's a little bitty one, but if you have a bigger industrial size one, that works good too. I might just have to fill it up a few times by the time I get this giant canvas painted behind me, right? And then you just want to grab you a few colors of your choice. So I've got just a pink, a blue, a purple, and a yellow for my canvas today. And in case you like how mine turns out, I'll tell you what these are specifically. So I've got Anita's all-purpose acrylic paint in Carmine. I've got it in the royal blue, and I grabbed it in grape, and also macaroni yellow. So these are the 4 colors that I chose for my drip painting today. So I'm going to use these, and when they blend together, they're going to create some interesting effects. So let's go get our canvas painted. When making a drip canvas, you want to make sure that you're protecting the area that you're working in because it's going to get really messy, and come on, you know, a little mess is a lot of fun, so the messier the better with this. So I don't think there's a way to make it clean and still have fun, right? So let's grab some plastic to protect our work area and hang it up around our canvas. That way we can get started creating. I have my area protected, so now I'm going to go ahead and prime my canvas just with some white paint. You could use something as simple as this acrylic paint that you can get at any craft store. This is Anita's all-purpose acrylic craft paint. If you have gesso, that really works the best, and I do recommend that most of all, but it does cost just a little bit more than what this is, and I want to try to do this as budget friendly as I can. So I'm just going to use this craft paint that I have on hand to prime my canvas. So go prime your canvas, and I'll jump back and we're going to start adding some color to this thing. Alright, so I've got my canvas primed. Now this is a 24 by 48 canvas that I found at Hobby Lobby, and I was in luck. It was on sale for 50% off, so I spent $15 on this canvas and only about $2 a bottle for my paint. In the end, I will have created this masterpiece for less than 30 bucks. That is a deal if you ask me. These paintings like this are selling for $70 or more at the store. So not only is it going to have sentimental value because we created it, it's also going to save us in the long run. So now we just need to go ahead and let our canvas dry for a couple hours before we proceed to adding on our colors. So now I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee, and I'll see you in a few. Now that my canvas is done drying, I'm going to go ahead and grab my pink to start off as my first color. So just grab your paints, squirt some on your paper plate, and grab your brush. Then we're just going to apply it onto our canvas. It's pretty simple. So we just want to take a glob of paint and apply it to the top of our canvas. And I'm first going to start off with the pink. And then I'm going to grab my purple next. And then finally I'm going to do my blue. So now I've got my paint applied to the top of my canvas. I just need to grab my squirt bottle, and this is where the fun begins. You just spray the top of your canvas with a little bit of water, and then it's going to start dripping the colors down. This is why it was important to protect your work area, because this part is kind of uncontrollable of what the effects are going to have. So we just let it trickle down, and the color is going to start creating that drip-like effect. So if you notice it's not going quick enough, you can come back with a heavier stream to get more of that pigment flowing. And my goal is to leave a majority of the white still on my canvas, so I don't want to get too crazy with it, but I am going to go ahead and do a few different layers of paint. So now that I did my first coat of water, I'm going to go back with a few more coats of the paint that I just applied. And the beauty of this project is the effect you get when your paints start to blend together. I think it's coming along pretty well, and it's fun to watch the colors sort of merge together, and you will start to notice a few clumps here and there, but the water is going to smooth those out as you keep going back with your sprayer, and just keep on applying some more layers on top of each other just so you can get a nice rich color from the ones that you did put on your canvas. Now that I'm happy with what I've got on my canvas, I just need to let this dry overnight before I can proceed to sealing it and then applying my vinyl. I hope you're going to love the outcome of what your colored paints look like on your drip painting. So I'll see you tomorrow, and then we'll get busy on sealing it and applying our vinyl. So now that my painting is dry, I'm just going to go ahead and seal it. Minwax makes a great latex-based clear coat that would be great to cover over your paintings with. The goal is to get a nice smooth finish so we can apply vinyl to it. So grab whatever you're going to use for your clear coat and let's go get that layer added. Alright guys, so I have finished my painting. I have clear coated my painting, and now comes the fun part. So I'm going to show you a technique using Starcraft's Electra Foils, and they come in a roll like this, and there's like 72 different colors. There is a ton of different colors to choose from. So I just kind of grabbed my stash. I'm going to show you here. Don't be jealous now. I'm going to use these rolls of Electrofoil to add a little shine to my drip paintings. So just grab you some colors that you would like to use, and I'm going to show you a technique that you can use on your painting to make a reflective, sort of metallic, distress finish. To begin with, we just need a bottle of Mod Podge. This is the matte Mod Podge, but really any color will work. The point of it is to have an adhesive that will dry onto the foils, and when we peel it off, it'll leave the foil's pigment behind. So Mod Podge is what I have, but if you have another type of glue, I'm sure it'll work too. We're just going to take a brush, and we're going to paint some of this onto our painting and then adhere the foils onto our canvas. So I got me a little bit of the Mod Podge. I'm going to apply it in select areas that I'd like for it to have a little shimmery effect. And then I'm going to just grab a pair of scissors and cut a piece of foil to apply onto my canvas. So I'm going to start with the gold here. And when you go to apply these onto your canvas, you want to make sure that the non-colored side is what is getting applied to your canvas. So you see here is a colored side, here is the silver side that doesn't have the color. This is the side that we're going to be putting over the Mod Podge onto our painting. And we're just going to stick it on there and let it dry. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with a few different colors. If you have one color, that'll look great too. I just wanted to apply multiple colors to mine because I feel like I've got a lot of colors going on already. I think it would be great to see more shimmery effects throughout my painting. And there's really no rhyme or reason to how you need to apply them. The effect I'm going for is kind of more spontaneous, so I kind of like the randomness of placing these blocks of color all over my painting. So there's no wrong way of doing this. So if you've never used the Electra Foils before, these are usually used in conjunction with the Easy Weed adhesive, which is a clear vinyl that you put through your cutter, and it'll cut the design out that you wish to apply to a fabric. And then you heat press that, lay your foils over top of it, and press this onto the adhesive. And once you peel this away from the adhesive, it'll leave the foils only where that adhesive was at. So the great thing about these Electra Foils is they're so versatile. You get a whole roll of them, and you can use them for multiple different projects. So you can use them for fabric. You can use your laser printer and print and apply these over your laser printer ink and press it with a press. and remove it, and you can use that application on cardstock. So you're able to add foils to any invitations or any kind of paper products that you're designing. And then now this third application, using it as an accent on a painting. I think once you discover how flexible the Electra Foils are, you're gonna love having a few colors of this on hand. So I'm gonna add a few more colors to mine before I let this dry. I'm gonna have to add a little more Mod Podge because I kind of let some of it dry, and I still wanna make sure I have a good sticky surface. I'm actually gonna try the white here, see how the white turns out. We have like a nice pearlescent, well, I guess it's technically silver, but it kind of looks more like a white to me. So I'm going to use that on my white spot, my white space there. Now I just got to decide, is that enough or do I want more? And sometimes when you go shiny, you want as much as you can get, right? So I'm going to apply a few more pieces randomly on here, and in a little bit I'm going to show you the big reveal to see how it turns out in the end. Okay, so now I'm just going to go clean up my mess, let this dry for a few hours, and then I'm going to come back and peel away the foils to reveal my shiny accent pieces on my canvas. And this is something that you can create and hang on your walls and call artwork, and it's going to be beautiful. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I'm so glad you were able to join us. See you guys around.